Hello everyone, welcome to my channel RuTechTalkz. Today we will learn about decision making statements in Groovy language in our tutorial 5. Decision making statements are if and else statement and switch statements. So let's learn. Here while learning if else and switch statements, which are decision making statements, I assume that you know some of the languages like Java and you have worked on that. And so I'm not covering the details of the statement or the flow chart, etc. If you want me to cover flow chart and how to make the decision, how decision making works, please let me know in the comments below so that I will cover it in the upcoming tutorial. So let's learn about the decision making statements. In decision making statements, we give a condition, and if that condition is true, we execute the statements or some other details. And then, if the condition is false, it gives us the exception or perform some other actions. This is what the decision making statement is. I will take this x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4 variable, and I will execute the if statement. So if x is equal y, you have learned about the operators in Groovy. So we have learned these operators which compares two variables. Here we are comparing x and y. If x is equal y, print x is equal to y. So this is the normal condition statement in which we have checked x is equal to y or no. And in our case, x is not equal to y. So let's see what is going to happen. And we executed this and it gave us no results. Why? Because we have given this condition and this condition is not true. That's why this print will not be executed, right? If I say if x not equal to y, then print this. Is x not equal to y? 5 not equal to 4? Yes. So now this execution will be performed and it will give us the result that x is not equal to y as this condition is true. So here whenever we use if condition, it checks in this condition whether it is true. If it is true, it executes the below statements or below executions. We can also nest these ifs. I will check here if x is equal y. If it is equal y, it will execute this and I will see in the next condition that if x is not equal to y, and I will execute the other statement. I will execute it and we all know that we will get the second answer that x is not equal to y. But this time it has executed both. First it executed x is equal y, it checked for it. Since x is not equal y, it moved ahead and it checked for the next condition if it is not equal to y, and it was not equal to y, the condition was true and hence it executed this. So in if condition it always checks for the true value. Let's see what is else. So we can also include else in this. So it will check if x is equal y. If yes, then it will say x is equal to y. If no, then it will move to else and it will print x is not equal to y. So if I go ahead and check this, it has executed x not equal to y. And if you have observed, I haven't put semicolons, I haven't put brackets, curly brackets as we put usually while executing this. these kind of statements. So this way we actually put the curly brackets, right? But here it is not mandatory in Groovy to execute or to put the curly brackets or semicolons after the statements. This way you can use the if and else conditions to decision the flow. You can nest if condition, you can nest if else condition. It means nesting means you can use if inside if else inside if else. So if I see if x is equal y, print x is equal to y, else check if, I will again nest if in this. So if x is greater than y, print x is greater than y, else print x is not equal to y. So in this case now it will check if x is equal y, and it will print x is equal to y if this condition is true. But in our case this condition is not true because x is not equal to y. So it will move ahead and it will go to else. In else we have again one more condition, if x is greater than y. So it will check x is greater than y. So this condition is true and hence it will eh, print the x is greater than y statement, and then it will come out. It will not check this else condition. So we have to give, since we have given the curly brackets, we have to actually check all the curly brackets are available or no, else it is giving the error. So we will check and we have to give one more curly bracket, and now there is no error and we will execute this, and you see x is greater than y is printed. It has checked this. This was not true. It moved to else. It checked for the second condition of if, and it is true. Hence it has printed x is greater than y. Now here if we say x is less than y, and if we try to print this, in this case it will check x is equal to y and the condition is false, so it will go to else condition. In else it will check again if x is less than y, again it is false, then it will go to else condition and it will print x is greater than y. So if we execute this, and it has printed x is greater than y. So in f it actually checks it is true. If it is not true, then it goes to else condition. If we have not given else loop, then it comes out of the if condition and executes whatever mentioned after if. I hope this is clear to you. We'll move to switch case now. So to learn about switch, I will remove this code and we will take a switch, and here we will mention the variable and we will give the cases one by one. So case 1, and say for example we print it's Monday, else if case is 2, similarly I'll copy all these first, and then we will learn about this. So case 1, I have taken the case 2, it will be Tuesday. Then case 3, Wednesday. Case 4, Thursday. Case 5, Friday. Case 6, Saturday. And case 7, Sunday. This is extra, I will remove this, and we remove the curly brackets. We will provide the curly bracket here, and here as well, opening and closing curly bracket, because switch case need to have the curly bracket, opening and closing curly bracket, and in between we should have the cases. So in our case we are checking x is equal to 5, so it will go to case 5 and it will print Friday. For example, if we execute this, it has printed Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Why? Because I forgot to mention break here. So break is the statement which is used to break the case over there. Otherwise, it by default executes the next case statement. So we need to give break everywhere after each case. Otherwise, it by default executes the next case which is there after the condition is true. For example, in our case, the condition was true at the time of case 5. So if I execute this, now it printed only Friday. If I say here y is 4, what it will print? I'll execute this. Y's value is 4. So it printed Thursday. It goes to case 4 and prints the statement. This way we can use the switch statement, or we can say switch decision making condition. So in this tutorial we have learned about if and else conditions and switch conditions for decision making. In the next tutorial we are going to learn how to use the loops, while and for loops in Groovy. So stay tuned and keep learning.